All right, so we're here with the 24/7 crew. Got 4 Michigan commits in the game. Let's start off first, guys, with the highest ranked guy, and Allen and Chris. I know you guys have seen Will Johnson a lot. Tell me what you guys have seen from Will through a couple of days of practice here.
Yeah, so I'll start off. Even covering Will for 4 years, we haven't seen him in this format a lot. Hasn't done a ton of camps or this sort of thing where you can see him go one-on-one against elite wide receivers. So it's been good to see him do that. He's definitely been one of the top cover corners on his size, or on his side of the teams. At his size, he can play man-to-man. He looks really, really good out here.
With Will, what I like is having not seen him in person for a number of years, is his growth. He is a legit 6'2 plus. He has excellent length. And what he's done that I like, in off coverage, he showed the ability to read the route, to stay in his pedal, to stay square, and then transition and close. And again, play at a high level against some of the best receivers in the country. So Will has been really, really good, really smooth, and excited about his future.
All right, and so Keon Sabb was one of the guys that late in the season, Michigan jumped back on. Brent Venables leaves for Oklahoma. He comes back over and Michigan is ready to pounce. A big hybrid guy that we see that is rangy enough to play safety, physical enough to be in the box. What have you seen from him, Brian?
Well, I don't mean to bring up bad thoughts for Michigan fans, but if you look at like William Mohan was a kid who was kind of like that Viper in the Don Brown system. Keon Sabb, I think, is that guy, except better, bigger, in a different kind of system. He's been playing safety here. I watched some of the one-on-ones that he did the first day, and look, he's going to have to work on some of his man stuff, and we get that. But I like him as a guy that, even from his days back in Jersey when he played, he'd come down in the box, hit you, be effective in the run game, and for me, his frame still has a lot of filling out it can do, and that's in a good way because I think he can support 15, 20 more pounds if you really want to. But I look at him as a guy that in the Big Ten against some physical teams that run the ball, I think he's a guy that can be really effective in the run game and hold his own in coverage.
I know you guys watched Keon at all today?
I got a chance to watch him. I think when you put the pads on him, you really, really understand how big he is. Like Dohn said, huge. Growth potential is off the chart, so it's going to be interesting just how his body matures. But I liked how he moved. He moved real fluid for a big guy. He was patient, covering down on the slot today, and actually did a good job of making some plays on some inside slot receivers when they tried to run some inside fades on him, keeping his leverage, and actually made a really good pass deflection in one-on-ones.
All right, so this is my first time seeing Derrick Moore live. Physically imposing looking guy. A guy that looked versatile enough to slide inside at times too, but also versatile enough to maybe drop back in coverage a little bit. What about Derrick Moore, Brian?
Well, Sam, you and I have talked about him as a guy that he really has the position versatility if you want to bulk him up and move him inside. But watching him here, especially today, the second day, he's low at his get off. He gets off quick. First few steps are electric. I've seen him practice. I've seen him in games. I've seen him in camps. I'd like to see more production within games. Some of that is just a scheme they run at St. Francis. But he's a guy. He's got great length. He weighs 250, 260. He really looks like a 230 kind of guy. So his frame is just excellent. And again, he's got length too. And watching him when you go through some of the one-on-ones or even some of the just indie drills, the way he moves, like Chris said with some of the guys, fluid, athletic, low, burst, so much, and you really see that out here.
With Derrick Moore, which was interesting, having, again, not seen him in person, was not only playing in, but also when they put him in the 3 technique, he wasn't afraid, and it didn't bother him being able to be in a closed space. And he did a really good job on the interior with his pass rush, flipping his hips, getting past the guy, getting up the shade. And then when they went team, he also did another good job with the pass rush, but also playing the run game, locking out and holding the guard at the point of attack. So Derrick Moore was pretty good today.
All right, then Amorion Walker, the last of the commitments, Allen. Sounds like he's off to a little bit of a slow start, needs to warm up a little bit.
Yeah, I think so, but I think you see where there's some potential. He definitely is a long kid, very lean right now. I think he's got to add some weight to that frame, but I think he's got to figure out what side of the ball, and Michigan's going to have to help with that, figure out exactly what is he. Is he a wide receiver? Is he a defensive back? He's playing wide receiver out here. Has some flashes. He definitely had some flashes during his senior year as well, but I think there's still the possibility that he ends up playing safety because of his length.
Yeah, a guy who is coming off of just a few weeks ago playing in the state championship game. So you'll wonder if maybe there's a little bit of physical fatigue to sort of shake off as he gets into the mix here with this super high level of competition that he's facing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it takes a lot of these guys a couple days maybe to acclimate to the competition. Like you said, if you've played late into the season, maybe you haven't been doing as much football stuff. So there's always kind of a give and take when we're down here of exactly how much stock to put into this based on how much these guys have been involved with football since the end of the season.
All right, then just a non-Michigan specific question. Who's impressed you guys the most so far? Like you looked at this dude and you said, man, he is absolutely worth the price of admission.
For me, I would say Walter Nolan, Devon Campbell, and Shamar Stewart were the guys, and then I know Allen really liked Dewberry today.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely look at Walter Nolan and Shamar Stewart and go, I'll probably be watching those guys on Sundays. I think there's a couple lesser known guys maybe that have done really well. Popeye Williams, that's going to Louisville, maybe one of the lowest ranked guys here, but has had one of the best weeks.
And I look at, for me, Antonio Williams. I mean, we can mention Walter Nolans and Von Campbell's, right? But to go some different, Antonio Williams with how quick he gets out of breaks, gets his head around, locates the ball, just, brings it in so easily. He's a kid that he's really caught my eye 2 days in a row.
Well, fellas, thanks a lot for your great coverage and looking forward to seeing your breakdown of the full game. Thanks a lot for your time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.